Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Dan.
This is Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk about games we played.
Yep.
I got like this much news, a little tiny bit of news.
Okay.
Okay, it was interesting. Some
Yep.
Kickstarters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And a top 5.
All right.
Come on.
Dan's excited for
We'll
this
talk
top
about it
five.
when we get to the top 5.
Listen.
But
Listen.
First off, games we played.
Games we
So
played.
pick a couple games you played.
I'll go first.
Sure.
Hold on. Disclaimer. You said nothing?
Nothing.
Both
Wow.
Bob and I,
Tried.
separate occasions,
Yeah.
tried to get this man to play games with us.
Yes.
So his lack of input in this segment is due to nobody's fault.
Okay, here. So you guys know the werewolf games? Yeah, so there's a new video game called Among Us that's very similar to Werewolf, and I was playing a lot of that. I got caught up in that, so I was playing Among Us. I played a game this week.
On the computer.
And
Yep.
you know
Doesn't
what?
count.
You know what he did while he wasn't, or while he was playing
Yes.
Among Us and not playing board games with
Yes.
us? He did not invite me, who I asked him several times, let me know if you're playing. I would like to play that.
Tim, you know that I stream. You even said you saw that I was streaming, which would mean you would have saw that I was playing Among Us. So I don't even want to hear about
But
it.
how do I score an invite to get in on that exclusive
you message,
Twitch
you
group?
say, hey,
It's
Dan.
probably only friends and family.
Yeah, probably.
No, Tim is always busy, so I just don't even. I'm like, he'll reach out to me. Like, you know.
So Tim, what else did you play?
Yeah, all right. I played smartphone again.
Oh, nice.
2-player.
Okay.
2-player smartphone without the expansion or the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Because in your version, you've got like the special boards.
Correct.
Right? So I didn't have that. So you just have more retailers. out.
Okay.
Basically, the retailers cover up any of the unused
Starting
players,
locations.
and then
yeah.
like maybe 2 others.
With
Correct.
Spencer, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we played with Spencer, who's been on the show.
Mhm.
It was kind of like late at night. We were kind of done. Everybody else had left, and I was like, I could teach a smartphone. I mean, and I taught and we played in under an hour.
Nice.
You know, and it's such a good
Ooh,
game.
it is.
It's such a good
I was
game.
gonna say, what did he think?
He was really impressed.
Cool.
He was really impressed. I think. Well, I mean, Spencer's very open-minded. Goes in wanting to like games.
Sure.
But I think like me wasn't necessarily grabbed by the theme.
Right. Which is
But
why I
then-
didn't originally back it. I was like, eh.
But
I
then once
played
you
it.
start playing it, you're like, this game is good.
I was like
Yeah.
the only person who wanted to get it because
Yeah.
the theme.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole reason I was upset I missed the first
Right.
batch.
But yeah, so we played smartphone, had a really good time.
Cool.
And really, man, I'm loving that game.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
need
be
to play
honest,
solo.
More glad I didn't come now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else you missed next.
Yeah, we
Uh-oh.
missed. Well, Tim and I played with another person, Mezzo,
We played Mezzo
incorrectly.
incorrectly, and it made me furious.
Oh, really?
I was just so mad
Yeah.
at how bad that rule book was.
Yeah.
Because I played Mezzo correctly Friday night as well
Okay.
with BGG printed off rules
Okay.
on BGG.
More clarified and easier.
And
to-
it just walks through each step,
nice.
right? Like it just breaks down on one page
Mm-hmm.
the order you do things
Right.
and what happens.
Okay.
And it works
A lot better.
so well. And I had a really good time playing.
Good.
It was not near as frustrating.
I didn't mind it so much because I whooped both of them. So
Yes. Wow.
it
You
was
did.
okay. But we all play by the same rules.
We did.
So
We're
yeah,
gonna have to stop saying that at
the
some
same
point.
correct rules.
But
Incorrect rules.
yeah, so I played Mezzo twice.
Okay.
Much better with the real.
Wait, so it was better when you
Rules.
weren't playing with Bob?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. this
I'm
time.
just saying.
Or you, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
You weren't there either time. So
Oh,
wait a
that's
minute.
why it was- that's why it was fun both times.
So it's fun for
No, I did not really have that much fun playing the first time, just because I was so frustrated to keep going back to
back
that
and forth
rule
rule
book.
book. Yeah.
Because honestly, we could have shaved like a half hour off of that
that
game,
playtime.
not futzing around with the bad rule book.
Yep.
But
Okay.
so what else did you play?
Well, another game we
Since I
played together was
piggybacked on your Mezzo.
Gone Bunkers.
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
played that a few times.
Yes, and I'll talk about that in the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Actually, coming around on that more now that we've kind of sort of changed this setup.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a lot more fun. There's more
Yes.
tension to it.
Yep.
But I'll get into it when we talk about
Sure.
Kickstarters. But yeah, so
Um,
go with another
All
one.
right. There's another one. Okay, well,
Because these are going quick.
yeah, the mini steel.
Oh.
You guys taught me that. That was a lot of fun for such a little box. There was
That's
so
it.
much fun packed into that.
That was going to be the
Really?
other one I was going
Yeah.
to talk
I
about.
haven't been able to play that one yet.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Mini Steel is
Yeah.
so much
It was
fun.
so much fun.
We played a bunch of 3-player games
Yeah.
of Mini Steel, like back to back to back to back.
Mm.
And like the first 2, we had some rules wrong,
Correct, which is
But-
typical.
but we weren't killing ourselves trying to figure out the rules. We were just
Right.
playing wrong and then go, oh, wait, this
Wait a
means
minute.
this.
Oh, yeah. And then we flip the other card over, like, oh, there's examples on the back.
Yeah. Yes. But man, is
It was still fun, though.
That's
yeah,
all
it's a good
years of
time.
experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's going to be an upcoming Kickstarter.
Okay.
And it's a very small box.
Mm-hmm. But a lot
Tons of
bang in
cards.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that
That
game
was a lot
is
of
so
fun.
much fun.
Okay.
So much fun. Dan, aren't you glad you didn't come and
Yeah.
play all these fun
Good thing
games?
you didn't have all this fun with us.
Dude, I had a
us.
great time. I'm just saying, I had an amazing imposter round in Among Us where I had to like 1v7 and I killed everyone.
I wish I
Are
was.
you still
just-
talking about that same game though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I played Spirit Island.
Oh yeah, because you
Yeah.
got your expansion, right?
I did. I got my expansion
Your Kickstarter
finally.
thing.
Yeah, we tried 2 new spirits, and oh my gosh, they're so cool, but some of them are so complicated. And there's so much going on in this game.
Is it
It's
harder or the same level of difficulty?
Well, it depends on what you add.
Okay.
So like the ones that I used, like there was one that used beast tokens, and I like using the beast tokens, so I played them. It was the one moves as many. So it's like
Okay.
you're like the birds. So it's cool is like normally you can kind of only like push and gather adjacent. They can push and gather up to 2 spaces.
Oh, nice.
So it's like I was pulling things in from all across the board, and then you have an ability where you can like do a bunch of fear and defend in an area at the same time, and then I move my guys to another area.
So
you know.
did that make it easier?
Yeah, I guess kind of. I mean,
Okay.
it
I mean, Spirit Island is really tough.
It can be really
anyways,
tough.
right?
We didn't use any adversaries or any of the other stuff. We just tried 2 new spirits.
Sure.
Because we wanted to see what they could do. And like at first, I was like trying to wrap my brain around. Well, wait a minute, I want to get these guys over here, and how the cards work together. Because I've
Sure.
played the other ones so many times.
Right.
Something
you're-
new. I'm trying to
And
process.
Spirit Island, it seems like, and I could be wrong, but
Mhm.
it seems like that each spirit plays so differently.
So
It has like a
differently.
different
Mhm.
set of not a different set of goals, but just a different way that they accomplish the things
Correct.
they need to
But
do.
when you look in the back, it does give you a breakdown, like who's good at offense, who's
Sure.
good at defense,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Right
and like
on.
some of them, it's like there's this one guy. It's all question marks. And then depending on the front, depending on what you do and how you unlock things, you're either good at offense or you can be good at defense.
Oh,
So
right
you kind
on.
of choose how to play that spirit. And there's
Sure.
so much new.
I'm
content.
glad that your expansion just keeps like giving, because I know how much you love Spirit
Yeah.
Island. I need to play it again because I've
Yes.
only played it the one
We
time.
will.
Me too.
But I
Yep.
know how much you love it, like how passionate
Mhm.
you are about it, and it's like I got to play this game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
super good.
I was not blown away the first time I played it, but it wasn't
Mhm.
that it was bad. I don't know, maybe it was just too much for me the first time I played it
Okay.
because I've only played it once, and for it being a hard co-op, I
Mhm.
kind of walked away being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to play it again at some
Okay.
point.
but
Sure. You can make that happen.
yeah, yeah. I wonder who owns everything for it that loves the game.
I'll make some calls.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Because if you know what, if you wouldn't have said like Axis and Allies being like one of your favorite games,
Uh-huh.
Spirit Island would have been my guess. Like,
Yeah, it's up there.
in my
It's
like
definitely
top
probably
five, if I was gonna like
Yeah.
pick Bob's top 5,
Mhm.
like Spirit Island would be up there.
Yeah.
Like if I was guessing, games for you.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to news.
Yeah. You have
Sure.
any other games? That's all you played? Smartphone?
I played Smartphone and Mezzo, Gone Bunkers,
Okay.
Mini
Same
Steel.
ones. Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't know Friday night. I didn't play games with you. I was out of work now, so I didn't know if
right.
you were
No, we
playing
just
something
played a
else.
couple because Mezzo took a little bit of time
Yeah,
teaching,
sure.
and then we played Smartphone later. And then we spent a lot of time talking and
Okay.
catching up because it was like our first game night with that group
Mhm.
since quarantine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we were like in a garage. We all had masks and there's
Right.
fans, and we're all like just kind of
Okay.
catching up a little bit. So
Sure.
didn't get to grind out as many games
Games-
as I like
right,
to,
right.
but got some quality games in. So
Cool.
feel good about that.
All right. What do you got for news?
News.
I have one thing of news. I'm wondering if you guys also have it because it seems like this was a big announcement
Ooh.
to me.
Okay.
I don't have much on it, so if you guys know more about it, that's cool. But
If
Hero
you-
Quest.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I got.
crazy.
Yep.
That's what I got. The Hero Quest
That's
relaunch?
crazy.
Question mark.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you go to the Avalon Hill website, there's just a timer.
Yeah,
Mm.
And it doesn't tell
there
you-
is an official Twitter right now that hasn't done anything yet, but it's been created.
Right. And
Ah.
Restoration Games earlier this summer, filed for a trademark Hero Quest Legacies.
Yeah. So something's
So
happened.
internet
Dun-dun-dun.
detectives
Right.
actually found that earlier this year, but like everybody's like, well, you file for trademarks all the time. Just
Correct.
trying to-
re-upping, or even if it's just an idea, it's like we better get this
Get it
now.
now.
get it now,
Right.
right? But now it's like, oh no, wait,
Something's
something's
going
happened.
on. Yeah.
And now I know you're a baby. You were probably
What?
you were a
Excuse me.
baby when this happened, or maybe not even born.
Probably not even born.
But when Hero Quest first came out, I
Mhm.
remember my mom bought me that, and I got the maybe there were 3 expansions, a couple of expansions. Like we played it, and then we immediately went back out and got like the other expansions,
Okay.
and that was like the first big money kind of board game
Sure.
that we had ever dropped money on,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like 12 maybe. And man, I played the crap out of Hero Quest because I could play it alone. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I would drag my sister, make her play, or make my mom play. I know it's not like a perfect game or anything like that. It's
Sure.
definitely dated.
Mm-hmm.
You will have played similar style games, even Descent, right? I mean, there's improved versions of that game, but there's a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
But if they can put out like a really cool updated version of Hero Quest, I am down to clown, man. That
Yeah.
would be really good.
Yeah, I've never played. I have a friend who has always said that's probably his favorite game, but he hasn't played it in forever because I
Sure.
think he just doesn't know where it is anymore. You know, it was from his childhood kind of
Right,
thing.
right.
But yeah, so I can't wait to tell him because I'm sure he hasn't heard yet. This is exciting to a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's that. I don't know if you guys know. There's that guy on YouTube who's like the best thing about Hero Quest.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
He is hilarious. I'm not sure what his name is, but my friend told me about him, and I looked him up, and it was so funny.
That's awesome.
I actually wrote down too. I don't know if this is 100% official, I guess, but I wrote down they said they will announce what is going on the 22nd.
Okay.
So that's like
There
a
we
week
go.
away.
Yeah,
That
watch
might
for
be what
that.
the timer's counting
Less
down
than a
to,
week
right?
by the time you see this. But I guess it probably is. I never
Sure.
saw the timer. I just saw
Yeah,
the
because
date.
I believe the timer when I looked at it had like 10 days, and that was on the 12th. So that would
Math's
make
about
Look
sense.
at
right.
that.
Wow.
Math is amazing.
So yeah, the editor has said that Hasbro and Avalon Hill have kind of become one. He says Hasbro bought Avalon Hill.
Right,
I didn't
and
know which way it
Hasbro
Which
was.
owned
I could see that because
Hero
Avalon Hill is
Quest.
more of a smaller board game, whereas Hasbro is like a big toy conglomerate.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But Avalon Hill is responsible. Avalon Hill is responsible for a lot of good games.
Yeah.
all I know is,
History of the World. Yep.
Oh,
History
okay.
of
I
the
didn't know
World,
that.
the-
I-
That's a
they did
great game.
Betrayal.
I love
They did
it.
the original
So that's
Betrayal,
what I knew of.
and maybe even a version or two of Cosmic Encounter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They've been around a while.
Yeah. History of the World was a lot of fun. Patrick introduced us to that. It's
That's-
a long game.
that is
but
a long
I
game,
do enjoy those long Civ
but
kind of crunchy games.
That game is like right up your alley.
It is,
for
yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
And yes, if I could just play that and not have to dedicate 3.5 hours,
Yeah.
I would definitely want to play that more.
Well, that's one of those games though where you can almost play a side game, right? Because a lot of times somebody's taking their turn. There's not a whole lot of player interaction going on at once, so you could have like a smaller game going on at
Right.
the table. And like, hey, come back at your turn. Okay, take your turn.
I
and
don't
then
know if
go
I
back.
ever want to do that.
No?
That
Oh man,
seems like a
Gameception.
lot.
It's a good time.
Speaking of games that are right up Bob's alley,
Oh,
Yes.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Starters.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna steal one that you both probably wrote down.
Okay.
Okay.
Reckoners.
No, I didn't. I
Yes.
thought about it. I knew you would.
I did. Yeah, I figured you would. I wanted to shout it out to Tyler. I figured he would.
Yeah,
Dig on that.
Reckoners. Steel
Mhm.
Slayer.
Yep.
The module.
Mhm.
I thought what was it? So I still need to play Reckoners.
You haven't played it yet?
Oh,
wow, it's
Oh
really
my
good.
gosh.
No, I asked you to bring it.
That's right.
And then you guys played it before I got there.
Oh yeah. Well, Tyler had asked to play it too, and there was 5 of us, and it was like, well, it's a good game to get everybody
You've got
involved.
willing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Play it.
knock it out.
Play it.
But yeah, so yeah, the Steel Slayer, right? Did you write it all down?
Yep.
4 new modules coming out, including 4 new Reckoners, new equipment, new epics,
Yep.
new bosses, and they've got a slew of like ways to buy in.
Yeah, so I'll just go over the
Sure.
ways to buy in. So there's for just the regular expansion,
Mhm.
you $59 base game.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, done. $74 gets you like a deluxe-ish version,
Steel
metal
minis,
components.
Yep.
And then the $89 gets you everything before, like the painted minis, or
Right.
not painted minis, the metal minis, but then also the painted miniatures and
Correct.
sleeves for the cards.
Yes.
Fun fact, if you add $10 to any of those, oh no, wait, no, not that one. The next one. Now the all-in pledges.
Mhm.
$129 is the base game,
Mhm.
Reckoners,
Right.
regular version, and the base version of Steel Slayer, nothing special.
Right.
If you add $10, you get the express version. So they send you,
Ship you the one right away.
what they've got right away.
Yep.
Then there's $159
Mhm.
is the Reckoners with the expansion with metal components.
Yeah.
And then $189 is Reckoners Deluxe, Steel Slayer Deluxe, painted minis, metal components,
All the
sleeves.
stuffs.
And if you add $10 to any of those, you get the express version where they send you
Ship the one right away.
Right, you're basically get the base game.
We should point out, just in case you care, that from our experience, if you get the normal version of Reckoners, it's gonna feel deluxe to you anyway.
Yeah. the trays in there, the components,
Yeah.
it's a well produced. Like it's got a lot going
Yeah.
on.
Overproduced?
Yeah, it's one of those
Probably,
overproduced.
but I
type
think
games.
it's worth it.
But
in
I
that
like it.
case,
Yeah, I don't mind. You know, the insert works because there's nothing worse than somebody who tries to make a custom insert and it
Mhm.
doesn't hold all the
Yeah,
stuff right.
sure.
I hate that. But yeah, it does. It works well though.
Yeah, and Reckoners, right? It's beyond funded. It's
Yeah.
it's doing great.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
It's a thing.
Yeah, and it's a fun game. You know, co-op. So everybody gets to work together to try.
My
to stop
problem
it.
is if I go in, I'd have to go in at $199
'Cause
I'd
you don't
have to
have
get
the
the
base game.
express base game with all the deluxe.
There's just no
stuff.
way you're not gonna love that game. It's
Yeah.
a really good, difficult co-op with a great production value.
Why do you hate me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, play Bob's. That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
know.
play mine.
I know. It's just it looks so good.
It does.
It looks so good.
Because it is so good.
It is.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what do
Honestly,
you-
the game is good. and then how much effort and everything they put in that game really puts it over the bar.
Sure.
It's not like my favorite co-op ever. It's a good co-op with an amazing production value that I'm just like, this game's fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, it's great. It does, for me, it does add to the game when you have a very nice, well-produced version.
Me?
You got to go. We had Reckoners.
no, I know, but Reckoners was kind of yours, right? I want to.
Okay.
Oh.
So here's
wow.
one. It's sort of new. There's still a bunch of time left on it.
Uh-huh.
Philosophia Floating World.
Oh,
Oh.
I saw this.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So it's a sandbox adventure game set back in feudal Japan. It's a simultaneous deck builder. And they say there's zero downtime. There's 200 and some tarot-sized cards. And it's a I cut, you choose kind of thing.
Okay.
So you'll draw 6 cards from your opponent's deck. You discard one, and then you put the rest in 2 piles, and they get to pick which pile they get, right? And the rest will go away.
Oh, right on.
And then, but yeah, then everything just happens simultaneously, and they say there's no sitting around waiting for your turn. It looks interesting. There's still like 20-some days left, so
Okay.
there's still
Is
plenty
it
of time
funded?
to check it out. Oh, that's a great question. I forgot to check to see if it was.
Okay.
It was close. It was
my
super close. to
God.
being
All
funded.
right.
I know.
So it's probably gonna happen.
It's probably gonna happen. Yes.
Good.
If it hasn't happened already.
Sweet.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for this.
Yeah.
I assume they're doing very well just from how much their marketing is doing.
Okay. But yeah, it looked interesting.
Right on.
Simultaneous deck builder.
Simultaneous
Yeah.
deck builder.
It's
I got to check
interesting
that out.
Kind of.
And I don't mind the I split you choose
I
unless
don't
it's
either.
New York Slice. I didn't like that game.
Oh, I never played that.
I'll put that on the list of games I don't like.
It's
It's just a
long
small list. Oh, wait.
What?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
New York Slice and Champions of Midgard. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just 2
that's
games.
it. 2 games. It's a
No,
long
yeah.
list.
Yeah. Tim likes too much. Okay. So I have a heavier game. I'm gonna do the lighter game first though, because there's no way you guys are talking about this. I love trivia. I love playing trivia games.
Yep.
I love being bad at trivia games because you always walk away learning something. You know, like, and then I'll play trivia games. Like I'll even play like the Jackbox trivia games
Yeah,
or something,
those are
right?
fun. I
And
love 'em.
like my brothers and stuff on it being like, Dan, you know all the answers. Like it's just like, yeah, but it's just because that proves that I have learned from this game. Like I didn't know the answers the first time I played the game.
He's
So anyway,
memorizing all the cards.
Outsmarted is on Kickstarter right now. So it's by a company called Q Play. 2 to 24 players, but it's a team game, so that's like 4 teams of 6.
Sure.
But 28 days left. It is funded. $30 to $45 December 2020. Now, the basic premise for this game is it is a electronic trivia game. So it has an app that goes along with it that you can share to your TV and stuff. And then you have these like bobblehead looking figures of like historical know-it-alls is I think what they call it. So there's Einstein, there's Cleopatra, there's Confucius, you know.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that just marks who you're playing as for the computer. I don't think it
Okay.
actually does anything, which is
Okay.
a bit overproduced for how these things look, but
Yeah.
that's cool. But the basic premise is you're moving around on a board and answering questions like a Trivial Pursuit kind of thing.
Mhm.
But all the answers are so 2 cool things. First of all, like I said, it's a lot of digital stuff. So it's like Jeopardy, right? Where it asks you a question, there might be like a video that goes along with it, like, hey, this is the SpaceX program that blah blah blah, and then you answer questions with it. So super interactive. I love that kind of stuff, like playing Jeopardy at home or something.
Uh-huh.
And the second thing it does that's really cool to me is it tails the that's not the right word, but it I'll say scales. That's not the word I was looking for either. But the questions for you put in everyone's age when you're
Oh,
playing,
okay, sure.
and so you can play with your kids, and it will give you questions for
Sure.
your age and them questions for their age, so they could
Nice.
win.
There was one
You
game
know?
a little bit like that.
Oh, yeah?
Kids versus adults. So it's like
Oh, okay.
you split the teams up, and then they have trivia questions for kids, and they have trivia questions for adults. But that's
Nice.
cool that it does that in the
Yeah.
in the app.
So the first person to get 6 IQ rings win. I don't know how that works. I know there are 6 characters like that you're choosing from, so it might have something to do with one for each character kind of thing. But again, though, very similar to Trivial Pursuit.
Right. They
Get
have
the
different
pies.
categories.
Yeah,
or-
I don't know yet.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it might be linked to the characters because
Right, right.
you know categories. But there will be. It is coming out designed to also be remote playable, so we could all be at our own houses and
Oh,
play it
nice.
together.
Cool.
And the only other thing I have is it is coming out with over 2,500 built-in questions from the start.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a lot or a little, whatever,
Sure.
compared to other trivia.
Well, I guess if it's
trivia
app
games.
driven, it's probably easy to
yeah,
add,
constantly
update, yeah.
add
updated,
more questions.
But I love trivia games, and I love this idea of an interactive television thing that scales so you can play with
Yeah.
any age groups
Yeah.
and stuff. I
Yeah,
like
cool. I like it.
I like the idea of this. Outsmarted,
Outsmarted. That should be the name of my biography.
but like against you.
Yeah,
You
I
did
was
not smart
I was
someone.
outsmarted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
Do you have any more?
Wait, you
picks
don't
you
have
wanna
to dig. Yeah, so Kickstarter, I was going to talk about Gone Bunkers.
do? Okay.
It's kind of it's you basically everybody's gonna have like a hand of 7 cards.
Yep.
And then you're drawing off of this deck, and you may draw cards that you can play on other players, like to make them lose their hands. You know what I mean, or cut their
Sure.
hands down in size. You can steal cards from other players, or if you're unlucky, you might draw a boss card, which then you have to go to war,
card,
a war
yeah.
card, right? So you got this boss. They've got like a numerical value on there, so it might be like 15, it might be 9, it could be like 21. Then you have to play cards from your hand with values on them to then beat that boss, not tie, but beat that boss. And if you are out of cards, you lose.
Okay.
Which is a bummer. But if you can make it, you can maybe survive a few rounds and start drawing back up. So initially, I was a little cold on this. We do have a prototype we've been playing, but then we asked about like a setup change, and because initially, what would happen is you take all the war cards out of the deck. Then everybody draws their 7 cards. Then you shuffle in all the war cards. So potentially on your first turn, you could draw a war card and bust out right off the bat. First draw.
Happy to Dan.
Yep. I guess I'm not playing.
Yep.
That was a bummer.
Yep.
And not like a ton of fun. What we then did was we suggested sort of like a build the deck sort of strategy. So we all got our 7 cards, and then we took 2 cards per player.
Set them aside.
Set them aside. Then we shuffled in the bosses, the war cards, right? Shuffle all them in. Then put those cards back on top of the deck and played. And I had a much more satisfying experience.
So each player's guaranteed to have 2 turns of setup before
Correct.
anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then, right, because it's not just the first round where you could bust out and then it's like, well, whatever. Like then there's some tension. Like it really kind of then built some tension because you've got a hand and you might have a good hand and you can take like 1 attack.
Yeah.
But it.
And plenty of bad things can still happen in those first
Sure.
2 rounds. You can still nuke each other. And
Right,
stuff.
Yeah,
right.
give somebody some zombie cards.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But for just that simple change, like totally flipped me on the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like, it,
It was frustrating to like, oh, it's my first turn. Oh, I'm dead. Okay,
Right.
well, I didn't have much time to do anything about that.
and then you're just kind of with whatever you got in your
Yeah,
hand.
but
Like I didn't
now-
even have a chance to like screw you over with the fun cards I had in
Right.
my hand.
Yeah.
So because that's the other point. That's the
Right.
point of it, right? There's a little bit of take that, a little,
Sure.
but it not Munchkin level, but
Yeah, it has a little bit of Exploding Kittens feel to it with a much more interesting theme to me. I enjoyed it more than Exploding Kittens.
and it's very tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
pretty funny. They've got like a funny cartoon on their Kickstarter right now.
Yep.
That's pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, once we got to kind of play it and really get to experience it, because I think that was the problem, right? You're not really getting the experience of the game if you lose in the first 2 turns. But if you can play and it goes like 5 rounds, then it's like, whoa, it feels like a
Yeah.
real ticking time bomb.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you're waiting for that explosion almost literally.
Like, okay, like I can't take, like if I draw a war card, I'm done, right? Like, but if I don't like it, I just got to outlast you guys,
Yeah.
and-
The time I played it after the time that I was immediately knocked out before I played a card. That game went kind of like long, not like overstaying its welcome, but like we
Right.
got
10
deep
minutes
into it,
instead of
and
like
a
it
minute.
was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
and-
totally different.
And I enjoy that kind of experience
Yeah.
out of a card game. So it's $20. It's not funded yet. It's like almost 50%. There's still plenty of
Lots
time.
of time left.
But it's only a $20 game. I think their funding goal is like $3,000.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's super high. There is like a $300 option where you get the game and you get it in like an ammo box.
Yeah.
and I
That's
think
awesome.
something else.
I can't afford that. But that's
Right.
awesome.
But for a $20 game, you could have a lot of fun with it if you think that that's something
Yeah.
that would fit your group.
Yeah.
If your group doesn't, just absolutely hate that kind of thing. But for a deck and just having some tension,
Mhm.
and some suspense, I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
So it was improved very easily for me.
Mhm.
So Gone Bunkers, still live on Kickstarter. Fingers crossed.
Did you have another one?
I got an honorable mention.
Oh, okay, I'll do my other
Sure.
one. So Tim, this is such a you game, but it seems like you're out of Kickstarters now, right?
Yep.
Okay, this is such a you game
Because
if
I
you
got
didn't
an
see this.
honorable mention. that
I
we
have
talk
no
about
idea how to
every
say
week.
it. Evian.
Ooh, okay.
Evian.
Now I'm thirsty.
The hero crafting card game.
Okay, this does sound like I'm
well,
already interested.
So this is a 2-player like skirmish game where
Okay.
you duel. And the thing is, so it's 2 players, 11 days left, and it's almost funded. I would say this is
probably
pretty
good.
much guaranteed. $39 to $129 technically, but that's like, oh, would you like this super deluxe edition that comes with, because it's, so the $39 one comes with 2 heroes.
Okay.
right? Or 2 things that you can build from, and then you craft from that. There's 3 different packs you can buy for $39, so it's kind of like the what does Magic the Gathering have, where it's like tailored decks, where it's like Knights versus Dragons, or whatever.
Oh,
So it's
sure.
kind of like that
Sure.
kind of idea. If you get the super expensive one, it comes with all 6
together,
and all
yeah.
these other things and blah blah blah. But anyway, so September 2021. So basically, there are 3 classes: Knight, Wizard, and Sorcerer, and you choose 2 of those and you combine them. So I'm going to be a Knight Wizard. Right.
Okay.
Then you choose from 6 specializations. You choose 1 from 6 specializations. I don't know what these are called. You can just see the pictures of them all on there. Then from that, there you pick 2 feats. These like non-ultimate feats, which it looks like how this works is all the feats are going to have like colored dots or something on them. So like if this ultimate feat has a blue dot, then you have to have Knight in your deck to use it because blue is linked to Knight or something,
Okay.
right? So they're thematically linked like that. So you choose 2 of those. Then you take 30 cards from your 2 class decks. So the Knight and the Wizard will each have a deck, and you kind of deck build.
Choose what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 cards from that, and then 15 from your specialist deck, and you have a deck of 45 cards. And then you are dueling each other with these cards, right? And that there's an actual board with like a miniature of your guy, and you're moving around like a tactical, board down there.
Kind of style.
Clank.
Like you're playing cards and moving guys.
Oh, I guess, but I'm saying it's more of like a skirmish game, like a I don't even know what's a 1v1 skirmish game with like a gridded map kind of thing, like
Gore chosen.
Gore chosen.
Hate.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played either. But yeah, so that's all I have information wise, but I just like the art for this game is awesome, and this idea of combining your, building your deck from this, like, okay, I want to be a Knight Wizard Pyromancer or whatever, and like
Right.
building this deck and then
That's
seeing how
interesting.
you can play it off of each
Sure.
other.
It's like a multi-class kind of character with,
Yeah.
and you take skills and.
For the people in D&D that don't just like to be a paladin,
Yeah,
they've got to have
exactly.
like 3 subclasses.
That's
subclass.
Right.
The only other thing I want to say about this game, just check it out for the art style alone because it looks really good. But the other thing I wanted to say about this game was it has one of my favorite quotes I've ever read. I don't know why. I was just like, that is so cool. Whoever wrote that. So there was like this pyromancer versus a wizard. Like it was one of the team ups they were showing, and all their team ups they have like a quote that they're saying to each other.
Okay.
And the pyromancer says like, your tomes and your whatever will make a great big fire, when I burn them. But it sounded way cooler, right?
That doesn't sound
No,
like the
it
most
sounded way
amazing
cooler.
quote I've ever
and then,
heard.
and then the wizard's retort was just like,
Fireball.
"Fire is the weapon of a man too weak to hold a star."
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, "Oh my god, that's one of the coolest things I've ever
Yeah.
read."
All right.
Pretty good.
So, yeah.
So now are you just going to like hang out and wait for somebody to come at you with like a
With
tiki
fire?
torch?
Exactly.
So then you can just say that line
Finally.
Yeah.
and then run away
Oh,
before you
fire
get
is the weapon of a man too weak to hold a star.
Wow.
That is a good line. That's a very good line. Way better than the other guy's line.
Yeah.
That other guy's
the
line is like,
pyromancer was stumbling.
I
around.
will-
your butts.
over toast your bread. Mm.
I can't remember. But yeah. Anyway, Evian, whatever it's called, the
Yeah.
hero crafting card
Yeah,
game.
water.
Okay.
Got it.
That's funny.
Wow.
Well, actually, that does sound really cool.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that sounds really
all I was thinking the whole time was I was like, oh, Tim's probably gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna write it down anyway because this.
I
Looks,
tried to
this
I
looks
tried to
cool.
go like Reckoners was the obvious one,
Yeah.
and then I thought I would talk about Gone Bunkers since I had
course.
a good experience with that this
Right.
weekend. So,
Okay.
honorable mention, real quick.
Yes.
Deck of Wonders.
Oh yeah.
Couple
Of
days
course.
left.
Yep.
They're talking about adding some new things, like maybe a health
Oh,
tracker.
I saw the health
dial.
tracker. I've
There's-
been talking about the health tracker since the very beginning.
Did you see the attack dummy? I thought the
yeah,
attack,
the attack
or the
dummy
practice
was really
dummy.
funny.
So it's just a dummy villain that doesn't do anything. So it just lets you work out combinations.
yeah, it's basically just a special rule set where it says mix any cards you want together. He has 30 health, no special abilities. Beat him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So super
Just-
easy thing to add for people.
Right.
Just a nice way to like kind of
Kinda
tweak your deck,
practice
right,
and-
and
yeah.
practice and stuff.
Okay.
When you play, you'll see that is valuable.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
no, I'm just really excited like how much it's kind of growing, and it's like twice overfunded. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So it's been very successful.
They're thinking about doing. Do you know what it's called? Fair teller. I don't know. What
Oh,
that, I don't know
yeah.
what that app
I
is
d-
called. Foreteller.
Foreteller.
Like a fortune teller kind of thing or something.
But it does like audio stuff.
Yeah, it's like
for
an
the,
app that turns games into audio dramas for you or something. So they're talking about maybe doing that if there's a
Enough interest.
want for it. Yeah.
Wow.
So the game does lend itself for that.
Yeah,
though.
I'm telling you, just follow the Kickstarter because of how incredibly, they update constantly. They're
Yes.
constantly reaching out to the people and being like, "What do you want to see? Here's
They're
some
very
ideas."
community conscious and oriented. And Dennis,
give the people what they want.
We've had a chance to talk to him a couple times. I've messaged him back and forth, here and there. And man, it's awesome. He's a good dude. I'm excited for that project to be doing as well as it is.
We also have a kind of how to play of Deck of Wonders on our channel right now, so you can watch our how to play.
Yes.
Yep, the second I snapped, you see that white thing go across the top of the screen. That's a link that will take you right to there if you're interested. I kind of teach our editor, Jeff, over there how to play so that you guys can watch along and see. I wanted to do a kind of different how to play where I just teach a person in person how to play so that you can just see everything that's happening and hear me explaining it to someone else.
And then you see that person's sort of thought process. As
exactly. I let Jeff have all the reins. Well, except for that one move I did that made us win, but I don't remember what that was.
Right, but according to Dennis's comment on that actual video, you could have done something sooner and won in a more efficient way.
I'm just kidding. Jeff did really good for his first game. It's whatever. First time luck, whatever that's called.
Yeah, beginner's luck.
Beginner's
Yeah, that
weird
vague turn.
It's one of the best lines he's ever read.
I inspire, so I have beginner's luck. I don't know.
I'm bleeding first. Me, the victim. One more honorable mention.
Yeah, do it.
Galaxy Hunter.
Oh, Galaxy
There's
Hunter.
only like 1 or 2 days by the time this
really
gets out.
into this game,
it's
then.
so close though. It's like
close.
98 or
It's not even there
97%.
yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
right
close,
on the cusp.
But it looks super cool, and you should check that out.
Wait, how much time is left?
When this comes out, like 1 or 2 days.
Okay,
left.
so it's that you planned ahead for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like as of filming, it's at like 6 days.
Okay.
Right.
So
we're gonna push it
yeah,
over.
Just over that last little bit.
definitely
When it gets that
check
close,
that
I'm
game
pretty
out.
sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Those 48-hour,
Because it
24
was
hour.
at 78 for a long
And
time.
then
Now
yeah,
it's
that's
getting
the
real
board game
close.
rundown boost.
That's probably what it was.
That's
Yeah,
what it
that's
was.
probably what it was.
That's what we call that.
You're
All right.
welcome.
You guys ready for top 5 now?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you embarrassed to talk about this top 5?
No, I'm not.
See what I did there with
Funny,
the
Tim.
segue?
Usually I do the segue.
I
That
know.
was pretty good.
I'm gonna take
That
it from
was
you
pretty good.
because you can't handle
Sorry, that
simple
was really good.
quotes.
Oh, fire.
Exactly right.
No, so this one was weird for me because obviously I've not played as many games as you, and also I usually, if I like a game, it's because I think it's good.
Sure, but there's games that you
so-
think are good that are maybe
people are like,
frowned upon.
"Really?"
But not usually.
in the
I saw some
community.
tins. You're gonna frown.
Oh no, I didn't see any tins. I just know once again I say this all the time. He likes everything.
Yeah.
So your list was so easy
It's
to
gonna be
make. I bet.
cringy.
No, because
My
I
top
needed,
100.
I needed to pick games that
You hear that? I had a hard time finding any. He had a hard time picking them.
no, I had to pick games. I wanted to pick games that I think that other people don't like or they prefer other variations.
Sure.
And so that was where I was
Really?
coming
that
from.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, honestly, my list is mostly, not all of them, but most of them are games that I like and either didn't expect to like.
Sure.
You know, and so it's not that I'm embarrassed to
Oh,
like
I
it,
did
but
a
it's
list
almost
like that on the Board Game Mechanics podcast. this
Oh,
week.
yeah?
Yeah, games
Okay.
we were pleasantly surprised by.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I actually did know that and forgot because you were talking.
Yeah.
But like, so some of them are that, some of them are, I don't know. I'll explain it when I get to them. My list is kind of weird, but
Sure.
they're all in this
Sure.
subcategory, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I get it. I get it.
Sure.
I get it. Who's
Sure.
going first?
Bob, because he said the
Sure.
least so
Good
far.
job. Usually you say who's going first, and I say Bob.
All right.
We're just always going to make Bob go first.
Okay. So in no particular order.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
So there's not like
Oh,
rank.
mine has an
Wow.
order.
So
Mine
not
has
a
an
top
specific
5.
order.
That's called a list.
Okay. Yeah, so my list of 5. So kind of along your lines though of trivia games. Like I enjoy some
okay, cool.
trivia games.
Yep.
A lot of people kind of like poo-poo on some of them.
Right. And I'm going more like the game purists, right? Like the
Yeah.
snobs in our hobby. Because
Sure.
there are gatekeepers, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
people, oh, how do you like that?
Yeah.
So, yes, that's where I come from with my list.
Of course.
Terra. Have you played Terra?
No.
It's a trivia game where just being close counts.
Oh, yeah. I
yeah.
did play.
I
did
It's so
play
it's
Terra.
That's the one with
cool.
the big
Yeah, it's a
US
big
map or America
yep,
map?
It's a
Oh, man,
map
I
of the
wanted to play
world,
that so
and you're
bad.
just trying to guess within 100 feet or 500
That
feet.
looked
or
Right.
so
it's
good
a lot
to
of
me.
fun,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of a simple trivia game, but most people don't know how tall or how many windows does this have?
It's
I
weird
don't
to me
know.
that game gets hated on for that when
Yeah.
everyone loves Wits and Wagers, which is the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Right.
Well, yeah,
I-
but you're not betting.
I guess.
Right,
Yeah.
but I like Terra better than Wits and Wagers.
Okay,
Same.
cool. See,
Actually, I had Wits and wagers, and then I
crossed
crossed it
it
out
out.
and put Terra.
No, I have not played Terra yet, but
Yeah.
I, again, as someone who loves trivia games, it
Yeah.
has been so high on my list.
It's
I
pretty
love
cool.
the idea.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
check it out. I've got it at home.
I'm surprised that I never saw it on your shelf. Yeah.
Well, because it's in one of those areas that people don't look at very often. It's kind of like off to the side.
Okay. Yeah.
You didn't see it on Bob's shelf. Bob's got 8,000 games on the shelf.
It's harder to like
Right.
pick one out. Yeah.
Like, oh.
No, yeah. So yeah, a trivia
Yeah.
game where it's whoever's closest.
Yeah,
right?
and then plus you get points for being adjacent to closest.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah.
So since you're less confident in your list than I am, so you should go next.
Okay, so the first on my list is the
I could have
is
come up
the
with
main one
anything
where it
to
was like
justify
I just
that.
wasn't expecting to like this, so I'm kind of embarrassed that I like it because I don't
Sure.
want to like it, and
Uh-huh.
that's Cartographers.
Because it's a flipping right.
'Cause it's-
yeah.
And
it's
it's
a
an actually
roll,
really
right,
good
sure.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it is a really
because
good game.
it's really good. Honestly, I was kind of up in the air on whether to put Cartographers or Unlock Insanity on the list, and I just wrote
Okay.
Cartographers.
Sure.
But yeah, they're both right there because they're rolling rights that I don't want to like
I am-
because they're
Right.
rolling
I'm
rights.
not embarrassed to love
Yeah.
either of those
and
games.
I liked them both quite a bit.
Sure.
Once again, I don't go out of my way to play Cartographers, right? But like after we played it, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. See, I thought about putting Loot of Leam on the list before
Yes.
those two, but I have decided in my head that is not a roll and write because you are rolling and you are writing, but they are not linked together. You're just doing both those things in the game. It's a deduction game. You know,
Okay.
like that is what
Sure.
I have said in my head.
Okay.
You know,
Because, yeah, I guess by that
because
description,
definition,
Clue
that's
could be
what I'm
a
saying.
roll and write, right?
Because
Yeah.
Loot of
You're
Lima
writing
is
down what you
roll and
think
write
it
in the
is.
exact same way Clue is.
Sure.
And Clue
Yeah.
is not a roll and write.
Right.
So
Okay.
so then I was like, no, I'm gonna go between the other two, and I just wrote Cartographers.
Right
But
on.
yeah, so Cartographers. I'm sorry, Dan, from the future, that I
Future
like
Dan.
Cartographers.
Yeah.
But I do. No, I know. Please, Dan, stop. It was good.
Lords of Waterdeep.
I knew it.
Lords of Waterdeep. Well, here's the other thing,
You
right?
should be ashamed.
Listen,
No.
Lords of Waterdeep is a great game.
It's not
It's
bad.
solid. It's a solid game. I stand by Lords of Waterdeep.
It's fantastic.
I will play it anytime anybody wants to. I really, really, really love it. Now, I know people say Champions of Midgard buries Lords of Waterdeep. I know that people will say wrongly that it has a tacked on theme. Right?
Wrongly.
I agree. I agree.
You shut your mouth.
You have opened my eyes. I am forever in your
Lords of
camp.
Waterdeep
tacked
has one of
on
the
with
best
that one.
themes you will ever play in a game. Ever.
Well, don't get crazy.
No.
Like,
Ever.
Says the guy
just-
who loves
we're
Nemesis.
just watching the subscribers drop. Just so you know, if you look, we had 1,000 subscribers before Dan said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Look at the number now.
Yeah.
All the way down to like 90.
What happened? Dan.
I should have said it too.
But no, I think Lords of Waterdeep is a really, really good game. I know game snobs frown on it,
No,
but I
yeah.
love it still.
It's okay.
Proudly keep it on my shelf.
I completely agree. I don't get the hate
It's on
for
my
Lords
shelf.
of
just
Waterdeep.
really low.
Oh wow.
Yeah, by Terra.
And I just never
Yeah.
played with my back. I can't bend down though.
Yeah.
But no, Lords of Waterdeep is fantastic, man. I like Champions of Midgard a lot, mainly just because I love rolling dice.
Right.
And I just love that it's like, hey, here's Lords of Waterdeep with dice. You know, but yeah, Lords of Waterdeep, I like that game a lot. I like the style of it. I like the theme of it. I like the. It's not super original anymore, but I like the whole constantly adding more locations to the board.
Yeah,
just
I
by
love that.
choice. You
Yes.
know, like I like that a lot.
The map can change as much as you want it to.
Yeah, the whole hey, take my spot and I get paid for you taking that spot.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
love
things
it.
in that game are really good that I kind of wish had seen its way into
Champions of
with
Midgard?
like
Yeah.
with an expansion or something, you know.
Yep.
But
There might
yeah.
be.
Only negative for Lords of Waterdeep I talk about all the time is I really wish the Lords.
I
were
wish the
cooler.
Lords were more
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I wish
The-
it wasn't just have the most skullduggery. It's like, okay, cool, I guess.
Right,
You know, it
thanks.
gives you a direction to go in. Sure, I wish it was an interesting direction
I
to
agree.
go in. So.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
my 5. What's your number 4? I'm ready to cross my arms.
Okay.
But I've agreed with you so far.
I know. Pictomania.
Oh no, Pictomania is fun.
Yeah, it's a super. Yeah, sure. It's like
So you're
Pictionary.
just
or
you're
something
saying
like
that you're like a closet party games fan, and
Yeah.
you're just ashamed to
right.
admit it.
So don't tell
Guys-
my wargaming friends.
Right.
Guys, come over
But these
and
other
play
games are
War
actually really fun
Room.
too.
Right, right.
But
I
yeah.
got some
No,
what
I
I
got-
have
I enjoy it.
deemed party games on my
Yeah.
on my list.
But it's fun. We bust it out at like Thanksgiving and stuff sometimes.
Sure.
Everybody likes to draw and make silly faces and pictures
I
and
mean,
cartoons.
you play with your
Yeah,
family,
I haven't
right?
played this one.
Mhm.
Good
You
time.
haven't played that one?
No.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's drawing things at the same time, but then you're also trying to guess what people are drawing, right? Because there's a list of cards, and everybody has a different, like A, B, C, D, or E. Everybody gets a random card to tell them like which one to draw, and so like not only are you drawing yours, but you're also trying to guess what everybody else is drawing, and then if you guess right, you get points. If
What's
you
to
guess
stop
wrong,
you from
don't.
just not drawing yours? And
That's a strategy too. You can wait to see what everybody else is guessing, and then throw yours out and then draw. But if too many
Weird.
people do that,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
then everyone's just
If
sitting there.
everyone's
like,
anyway,
Well,
you know, it's an interesting little like
gotta
party
draw.
game, but it's
Okay.
not like anything serious.
Sure.
right.
I can't remember. Is it my turn again?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
it's
can't
your
remember. So we're going like that.
Yeah.
So this one is embarrassing, I guess, in the way that this game's been killed 1,000 times over. It's a classic that you would say, like a Monopoly kind of thing that's
Sure.
been killed 1,000 times. But this was my favorite game ever growing up, and I still like it a lot. And that's Stratego. I love Stratego. I don't know why. I grew up with Stratego being my war game.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
like and I would still to this day sit down and play Stratego. I'm not good at it at all.
I've never played.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not good at it at all.
Mhm.
But I love that idea of hiding your flag in the middle of all your troops and slowly hunting down, and the simple system of, okay, I'm going to attack you with this. 8's higher than 7. He's dead. You know, that simple
Right.
system of marching through the battlefield. Yeah, it's again, it's not so much
embarrassing
as it just is that I still love this game from
Right,
my
but if
childhood.
you're like, oh,
that-
hey guys, I'm gonna play
Yeah.
Stratego
You'd be like-
with some gamer people.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is that
Get a
not like
whole lot of
War
that.
Room? Is that like War Room?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say War Room every option.
Your Bob impression is interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Have you not looked at him? That's exactly what it is. Excuse me?
Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, just like that.
Well, before Yoko over here breaks up the Beatles, I'll just move on to my next one.
Sure.
My number 4
Uh-huh.
is a party game of sorts.
Okay.
It's super easy. People will roll their eyes
I'm about to roll my eyes preemptively.
whenever we play this. Everybody
Sorry.
I've ever played this with has a great time. I can play with non-gamers. I play with gamers. Happy Salmon.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, okay. Not the one
I
I
haven't
thought you were
played
going to
it.
say. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I haven't played
It's
it.
a silly game, but it's fun.
It's silly, but everybody's laughing,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's kind of frantic.
It's hard to poo-poo on a game where everybody's laughing and having a good time.
Right, and it's done in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It is done in 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
you can play a bunch of times in a row. You
Can't
can be
mind
done.
being silly while you're playing.
Yeah,
I feel like most of the time I've heard people talk about it, they like it.
Yeah.
So.
But it is a silly game. You're standing in a
Again.
circle being
Oh,
silly.
sure. So I guess it doesn't matter if everyone likes it if everyone's embarrassed to like it.
right.
So I
Exactly.
guess
Nobody
that's
wants to
true.
admit they like Happy
Yeah,
Salmon.
okay.
That's
But
right.
Happy Salmon is a super,
Okay.
super fun,
Mhm.
excellent,
Okay. Cool.
great time in a tiny little neoprene
Tiny
pouch.
little thing. All right.
Happy Salmon, man,
So
makes me happy.
so this one, I put it on here because it's a little uncomfortable.
Whoa.
Like the back of a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Unusual Suspects.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you know.
You know, it's fun, but man, you
Well-
find out which relatives are closet racist.
Right.
Sometimes. it's
Especially
it
in
can be very-
today's political climate, it can
Yeah.
be tricky.
But I do
we-
enjoy it. It's still fun though.
You know, we played that a few months ago,
Yeah.
and we had a lot of,
yeah,
you know, kind of moments.
yeah,
But yes,
like teeth sucking.
That would be
Yeah.
an amazing game to take the Guess Who route and play with a version of the game that's like just people you know.
We
something
talked
like
about
that.
that.
I
Like, we
wanna
should
take a
take
high
little
school-
pictures of people,
Yeah.
like Polaroids, and then put those out there.
Yeah,
and be like,
yeah.
okay,
high school yearbook,
yeah,
That would be super
church
fun.
directory.
yeah,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. That would be
There's
fun.
so many options.
Yeah,
A game like that too. I've never even thought about this. It would work in Guess Who too, but you could even play with multiple versions of the same person. Not
Uh-huh.
all, but I'm saying like you could have Tim now and Tim from 10 years ago.
Oh, way
Right,
sleazier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Way
and,
skeevier.
yeah. And you're like, would Tim do this?
this
And it's like, well,
now
Tim
or
wouldn't
Tim-
do it now,
yeah.
but back then
Not
he
this
probably
Tim.
would.
That
Yeah.
Tim would totally
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
That Tim with the beer helmet,
Yeah.
he's already
Yeah.
done did it.
Would he fall in the river? This Tim would fall in the river. This Tim probably not so
This
much
Tim would
anymore.
jump in there.
Depends.
Yeah,
What are the circumstances?
that's right.
But yeah. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Usual Suspects, really good.
I've watched it played, and I even have a special card somewhere for the game. I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
But I mean, I Guess Who's fun with friends, so I'm sure it's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So my next one is so this is the first one on my list that's actually so Battlestar Galactica, not my list, but that is a game that is nails its theme
Sure. Yep.
and is a good game.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, yes, Danny, but this game nails its theme, and for people who love the theme, really like the game game's not honestly that great, and that's Firefly the board game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the game a lot, but I would never play this game with anyone who has not seen the entire show and the movie and loves it.
Right,
You know, because that is
right.
what you get out of this
Right.
game.
You're
Sure.
playing it for the theme.
Exactly.
There are other was mostly pickup and delivery type.
It is mainly a boring pick 'em and delivery game, but yeah, I'm being serious. I mean, you've played Outer
Yeah,
Rim.
it takes a
It
while.
is Outer Rim stretched out to 3 hours.
Ooh.
And it's kind of killer.
But if you love Firefly,
yeah, and they do a great job with the push your luck
Yeah.
theming with the heists and stuff you're doing. Have you
Sure.
been able to play it? or
I
you
haven't actually
just-
played it, but one of our friends, Troy, loves it.
Okay.
He's got all the stuff,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I've seen
he's
him
got that
going
nice
at it.
laser cut
Yeah.
box for it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
So
That is
so I've seen them going
very
at it for a
expensive,
while.
by the way.
Yeah,
Game to misbehave.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's super cool.
But so have you seen the whole show and everything?
Oh yeah.
Because I really suggest playing it at
I
some
am fully
point.
indoctrinated
once.
in the Firefly
Hey,
cult. Like
yes.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
I haven't
but
played it in a long time just because of how long it takes.
And
You can get,
Actually, have a copy of the game.
oh
that I've
wow
Never played.
Okay, you can actually get like PDFs off the internet of people who have made like fan missions because
Okay,
basically
right.
everyone's playing an overall story mission and whoever completes it first wins.
Right on.
And fans have made some that make the game feel much tighter and shorter and stuff,
Oh,
like an
okay.
Outer Rim kind of game.
Sure.
None of the ones that come in the base game really do that. Like you're playing at least
So
2
you're
hours.
saying you like fans have Dark Souled this thing?
Yeah,
and
sure,
made it-
yeah.
Made it a little
On
better.
a quick side note about Firefly is I have Hulu, and Firefly was on there,
Mm.
and I had watched like the first couple of episodes, and I was scrolling through, and it said new episodes available. I was like, new episodes available! Oh, because I haven't rewatched all of them on
'Cause you
that
haven't
platform.
watched them on
Yeah,
that
I was like, oh my gosh, don't
Hilarious.
tease me like that.
That's
I was so excited.
How could you even?
You've already like
I
called
know.
like 12 people.
I was like, "Ah!"
guys, new episodes. New
But
episodes.
nope. Womp womp.
Yeah,
Wah,
wah,
wah.
wah. But Firefly might be my favorite TV show of all time.
It's so good.
And this game does do a fantastic job. I've only played this Firefly game, though. I haven't played any of the other ones. So
Okay, man, me either.
Right. The other ones are lesser
Lesser
Okay.
so, yeah.
lesser in value
okay.
for sure. And yeah, because I played some of the other ones,
Like the dice
and
game.
knowing the reputation of
The big one.
the board game, the one
Sure.
you're talking about, yours is better.
Okay.
My number 3
Mhm.
is a kid's game, but when you play with adults in a fun party atmosphere setting, like we played this at conventions, like out in the hotel lobby,
Mm-hmm.
and you get like a crowd of people, and then people like start like they want to get in on the next round. You and I have played this at a convention at a table, and we have had people standing around us watching us play Rhino Hero.
Oh yeah.
Rhino Hero
Yeah.
is so much fun. It
Mhm.
is a HABA game. It is a
Okay.
game for children.
Correct.
But I have only played this with adults. And I'm just talking about regular old basic Rhino Hero.
Right.
And I mean, we were playing at a convention that one year, right?
Mhm.
And we had it where we had to
Huge.
stand on
Yeah,
chairs
to get stuff up
because you're
top.
playing cards
Yeah.
and you're stacking, and
Mhm.
you just can't be the one to knock the
Knock
tower
it
over.
over.
But you're
Mhm.
playing cards on basically the next person to tell them how they have to
Ooh,
play
you have
their
to play
card.
one of these cards. Crap.
Yeah. You have to move the Rhino from this level to the
very
top,
top.
level.
Yeah.
And it's so much
It's like
fun.
a dexterity kind of game.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like
a little
reverse
bit.
Jenga, right? You're building it as opposed to pulling
Yes.
it apart. But it's
And we've had the tower get tall.
crazy tall.
It's
Mhm.
so much fun.
It was fun.
I mean, it's light, it's goofy.
Yep.
But I don't care. Rhino Hero, like anybody, like you want to play Rhino Hero? Yep.
Yeah.
Like let's do it.
I mean, it's quick, right? I mean, even when it gets super tall, it only takes
Oh, yeah,
a
you're
couple of minutes.
yeah.
Well,
you
and
know.
if someone does feel like the game's dragging on a little long, they go,
Oh, man,
Bump
sorry.
the table. Well, trust me, I've been in scenarios where we're playing and people are having drinks and stuff.
Mhm.
Some dummy is gonna bump that
Yeah,
table.
table's getting bumped.
yeah, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, man, Rhino Hero is so much fun.
Yeah,
Just
that's funny.
even basic Rhino Hero.
Yeah.
I have a great time with it.
If that happens and someone knocks it over, you just all agree, okay, we all won but that guy.
Right.
Like, I already
And then we
should.
punch you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bobby, number 2, in no
So-
particular order.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about mid 1800s politics in New
Oh
York?
my. That is the
No, wait.
only
This should not
politics I
be a
care
game
about.
that you are embarrassed that you like.
Well, and just so because it's about the mid 1800s politics in New York,
Oh,
like just
so
that
the theme-
Yeah.
the theme?
Yeah. Tammany Hall.
Tammany Hall is an
It's a
amazing
great game. Yeah,
Everyone
it's
should
a
be
great game,
proud.
but when
you
you-
should wear a shirt that says "I love
I
Tammany
love
Hall."
Tweed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Tammany Hall is amazing.
It's a great game. But yeah, when you talk about, you're like, oh, I want to play this game about, politics in New York in the 1800s. And they're like,
Listen, you
talking
just go.
about?
You seen Gangs in New York?
yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's a board game of that. you
Yeah.
know? And It's,
So-
it's a great game.
so when Bill the Butcher goes downtown
Uh-huh.
and then basically gets flat out like kicked out because he's a scoundrel and not like a wealthy scoundrel, but like a
Mhm.
poor scoundrel. You're those people that kick Bill the Butcher out. You're those people.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but he's like, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they brush him off, and it's
yeah.
you basically are playing as those people. Oh, Tammany Hall is so good.
Yeah.
Reprint. Pandasaurus is doing a reprint
Nice.
this year.
Cool. And that's something we need to get the table more
Hate
often. 'cause
in
we
a
haven't-
box.
You hate in a box, you know?
That's a 1v1,
Haven't
right?
pl-
No.
it's up to
Oh,
5 people.
really?
Yep.
Yep, and there's like different like sessions of New York.
Oh,
You're trying
you
to get them
mean
to vote.
maybe
certain
you're embarrassed
ways.
because you're manipulating different ethnic groups to vote.
that
The
too-
Irish,
a
the
little
Italians,
bit too. Yeah,
the
you're trying to
Germans, the
manipulate
Polish.
them to
I mean,
vote your
specifically.
way.
I mean,
yeah,
that is
very specifically.
It is on theme.
Yes.
So don't be sensitive
Yes,
about it. It is
exactly.
historically accurate.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is a questionable time in our country. Every nation has several
Questionable
periods.
times, right.
Several.
And there's nothing wrong with talking about or playing games about those times.
Yeah,
There's
explore it.
nothing- yeah.
Learn something, right? Because
Explore, not exploit.
it's all like they use the cartoons from the newspapers of the
Yeah,
time. like it's
on some of the cards.
on the cards and
yeah.
stuff. It's
3X
amazing.
game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
It's
Another X out of there.
Wow.
it's so good. Tammany Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mad. I'm just mad it's on your list because don't be embarrassed. It's
Yeah.
great.
Right. It's okay. I like it too.
Yeah. No, that game's great. Everybody that can have their feelings hurt in a game,
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
should play the game.
People will be salty. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
totally
yeah.
won't do that. I'm
I
gonna do
love that. I don't think I've played any of your guys.
Because when I was playing Tammany Hall,
that. We're ashamed to bring it up.
when we played Tammany Hall, to reference last video, I was kingmaker because
Yeah.
I kept getting the mayor spot.
Yeah.
But I was like way last. So I was just like,
Picking. You know what? You can do this turn.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I was a jerk about it
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
I reveled in being a jerk.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I'm not going to win, but I'm going to just, I'm going to
Manipulate
like
the game the way you want. Yeah.
savor this.
Yep.
It's so good.
Go
What
ahead,
you got
man.
there?
My turn.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, while
Are
you're
you
talking,
finished? Yeah.
we're going to go over here and talk more about how great Tammany Hall is.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being on camera alone. How you guys doing? Calm down. So this one is probably the smallest, simplest game I have in my collection.
Uh-huh.
So that's even compared to like, Just One and
wow.
Concept, and those kind of things. So it's not so much, I'm saying this every time, it's not so much embarrassing as much as it is like, this is like not my normal game.
Okay.
And I will for some reason always play this game. And I don't know why. It's called Dead Man's Draw. You guys
Oh,
know
I've got
this
Dead
one?
Man's Draw.
Yeah,
haven't
you
played
don't know this one. It's literally the most simple push your luck set collection game in the world. There is
Okay.
a single deck of cards, and on your turn, you draw the top card and you place it on the whatever you call it next to the deck on the
Yeah.
field,
Okay.
and it will have a number and a picture. So like the numbers go like 3 to 9 or 2 to 7 or something, and the pictures are like a hook, a cannon,
Okay.
an anchor. They're all pirate themed.
Sure.
Kraken.
And so I can either then end my turn and take that card and put it in my thing, or I can draw another card. If either the number or the symbol ever match, you lose everything.
Okay.
You don't take everything,
Yep.
anything, right? The only thing is each card has an ability that the second it's played, it activates. So
Right.
the cannon, you pick someone's set and you destroy their entire set of that suit.
Okay.
No, just one of them.
You destroy the whole, like, I'm saying of one suit. So like if you choose.
Oh, I thought it was just one card.
Oh,
You
no,
just-
sorry. I always play with the abilities. You're right. One of
Oh,
the
right.
abilities grants you the ability
The-
to do
the
that. But you're
upgraded
right.
cannons.
You're right. The normal cannon only destroys the top card of a
It's-
suit because when you get a second cannon, the higher number goes on top because that's your points at the end of the game. So even if I have a 6 cannon, I get a 3 cannon, it just goes under my 6, and I didn't gain anything for that. But it made it to where now if someone destroys my cannon, instead of losing 6 points, I lose 3 points, right? Because
Gotcha.
it goes down.
Right.
But the only one that really matters for the field is the anchor, to where once an anchor is pulled. From now on, if you bust, you only lose the anchor and everything past.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it protects
And then if
everything
you
else.
draw the
Seen you guys
Kraken,
play that
if you draw the
before.
Oh, yeah.
Kraken, you have
Yeah.
to draw the next 2 cards off the
So I
top of the
remember
deck.
Yeah.
anchor being flipped over, and then you kept going, and you discard everything after the anchor.
Yes, and
Okay.
that's all it is. At the end of the game,
Man,
you'll have
that's
all
a
your
fun
you'll have
game.
all your sets, and it's just literally add up the math of the highest number on each set. That's your score. I would always play with the special
And
abilities.
there's an amazing app. There has a very good app.
Oh, cool!
Just
I
to-
actually haven't messed with that.
Yep.
But yeah, so Dead Man's Draw is just the most simple setup in 10 seconds. Push your luck.
The
set
only
collection
thing
game.
you have to do, and there's reference cards in there, is just to, when you're playing, especially if you're playing with like newer people,
Mhm.
just make sure they know what the card abilities do.
Yeah,
Because
and
each
there's
suit
the-
has a unique thing.
And
It's
there's
like
a good reference sheet.
right there
that
is.
everyone
There's a
gets.
great one, but it's like steal a card from somebody, or some of it's like, well, the cannon just shoots. Then there's because the rapier and the hook do 2 different things, but they're kind of similar. And I forget
Well,
what
the
they do now.
hook Yes. So the sword lets you steal someone else's card and replay it, and the hook lets you take one of your own cards.
and
replay
play it from your
Okay.
pile. So,
I would honestly
so
say
you could like take your anchor, like if you got like a low cost anchor, right? You could take
Put it
your
out there
2
on
and put it out there,
theirs.
save everything, and then you could just keep going,
yeah.
and then
The-
you don't lose much.
The only rule that I would say right now, I'm going to teach this game really quick because, like I said, the reference cards are actually really good. But the one rule that messes people up, I'm actually interested in knowing if you know this rule because a lot of people don't. Is so the Kraken, you said you draw the next 2 cards off the top.
Right.
That is not technically correct. The Kraken puts 2 more cards into play, meaning that if you draw the Kraken and then a sword is pulled and then the sword steals someone else's card,
Right.
that's
That
the
takes-
second Kraken
that takes the
card.
place of the
Yeah.
second card.
And that
You are
is
correct.
difficult to understand, like in the rule book and stuff. It does
Right.
not a great job of teaching that.
I
I had to
think-
do some research.
I had like an eye-opening moment
Uh-huh.
when we like, and I think the app actually clarified me on that.
Yeah, which makes
You know
sense
what I
because
mean?
I've never touched
Played
the
it
app.
wrong, played the app, and was like,
Oh.
oh,
Sure.
not as bad.
So that's the one thing I would say. If you've been playing Dead Man's
Yeah.
Draw, that might be new to you because it's not.
They're not going to
great.
admit it because they're probably embarrassed.
That's
They're
true.
embarrassed.
It's okay to play this game,
It's
even
a
if it's the
great
most
game.
simple game
It's
ever.
a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I really like Dead Man's Straw. It's really good.
I just wish I could play with more people because because of how many cards in the deck. I think 5 is max, and that game would
Okay.
be so much fun with just as many people as possible.
Right.
So my number 2 game I played with my niece who loves this game. She's a doctor, so she's smart, so I shouldn't be embarrassed to love this game. Sparkle Kitty. Sparkle Kitty's a
Never even
lot
heard
of
of it.
fun.
That's
You never
one-
heard of Sparkle
That's one of
Kitty?
the funniest things I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh. So you've got this tower. You're trying to rescue your princess,
Princess.
from a tower. And I loved it like Pete. Like
Mhm.
when Pete came over, Pete's got a big beard. He's a biker. It's like, dude, you are playing Sparkle Kitty.
Kitty.
Yeah,
and you
whatever,
were going to
dude.
be this pretty princess. And yeah.
Right.
And it's like, and he was kind of like at first, but Pete's a good dude. He's he's a good sport.
Good sport.
Sits down, starts playing, and then you just start cackling because you're playing, and you have to say the spells
Right.
that you're playing.
And the
It's-
names of the cards are very.
it's like a
Feminine?
Rainbow Bright,
Yeah,
My Little
okay.
Pony. Like
Mhm.
it's just like rainbow pancakes. Like you
Yeah.
have to just say these ridiculous
It's
combinations.
like the Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake meshed together, and now
And
they're
if
with
you-
their Care Bear Strawberry Shortcake stare, they're going to get you.
And if you don't say the stuff you're supposed to say, then
the
you
spell doesn't happen.
right, and so and you get punished, and everybody's kind of watching everybody else to make sure
Uh-huh.
that they do. And there's like hexes that can get put on you, so you have to do things in a certain way
Right,
or say
silly
extra things,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
do silly things. It's a really fun, goofy, like
Yeah.
has no
It's-
business
it's very
being
goofy, but it's fun.
has no business being as fun
Entertaining.
as it is, but it
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is an entertaining game, especially if you get like a big group of people and everybody's
Mhm.
just ready to laugh and
Yeah. Let loose.
let loose.
Yeah.
Sparkle Kitty, man.
Footloose.
Cool.
You get that out of your system?
For now, I'm
Okay.
just tired of the government not letting me dance, man.
I'm pretty sure John Lithgow is not here and you are able to dance.
Okay.
So, question:
Yes.
how do you guys feel about medieval alliances between merchant guilds in Lower Germany?
That actually sounds incredible to me. I'm gonna be honest.
Embarrassed?
Yeah. Well, it's embarrassing to kind of like a game that's just all your that haunts of Teutonica.
Never played it.
Yeah. It's a very dry
Sorry,
game.
was that English? What did you
Not
say?
really, no.
Okay. I don't know what you said.
But it's about these guilds that were part of the Hanseatic League.
Okay.
Basically, medieval merchants from Lower Germany, and they set up rules to abide by. And it's a really Euro game.
Right.
And like Levi and Lindsay and your sister, like we have loved this game. Like,
Oh,
you
sure.
know, it's you're playing out workers, you bump people,
Right.
and you're trying to build like trade routes between cities and
Okay.
whatnot. And
See, I like-
it's super dry.
What I
The
like is
theme
you
just,
pick
is
you pick these
terrible.
games that are rated, I'm sure, very high on BGG
Uh-huh.
and are well regarded in
Mhm.
some circles, but you're embarrassed by the themes.
Yeah, 'cause it just seems like you're trying to break down a game like oh, what's this game about? And you're like, oh, Firefly. Oh, it's about this game.
You're like, Space
Firefly.
Pirates.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that sounds
I mean,
awesome. You're
it's
like,
find a ship, find a crew.
this. Yeah,
keep
exactly,
flying.
exactly. And it's like we're gonna have this trading guild, and we're gonna like work on these trade routes, and we're gonna go over here and do this, and it's really fun.
This
How
is my
do
new
you
favorite
feel
Bob.
about New York politics?
Exactly.
But in the 1860s.
Yeah,
Did you
right?
say
It's like your
B?
Urkel.
Yeah, kind of was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which surprised me because I saw your list and you haven't mentioned one, and I'm surprised you didn't have a different game.
I've got a
on
number
your
one,
list.
and then we'll
I
see what.
Yeah, we'll see what it
assume I know
was.
what your number one is.
I think I do, but I don't think it's the one that I think. It
Also,
should
really
be.
quick,
It
just
should be embarrassed
just for
about.
maybe the editor's sake and maybe my sake, Hansa Teutonica?
Yes, Hansa Teutonica.
Okay, that was
And that's gonna
difficult.
pop up here, and I'll give him the editor a spelling so he can
Okay,
find it.
cool. Because like I literally had no idea what you
Yeah,
said when you said it.
Hansa Teutonica.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's how it's.
I'm
pronounced.
aware of, have never played.
Yep, and there's like a bunch of expansions and stuff for it too.
It's a
but-
popular game.
Yeah.
I mean, or a well-liked game, right?
Yeah,
It's got a
it's a
history.
super Euro. So if you
Yeah.
like Euros, then
Really dry,
yeah.
so dry Euro.
very dry. Yeah. Uh huh. Okay.
Ready for my
Yes.
number one?
Oh.
Someone who actually did make a top 5.
Excuse me.
That was a top
allow
five.
me, allow me to hold on to my hat.
Yeah, it's gonna go flying.
Wait, was that your
No.
number one?
Yeah.
Hansa
Yeah, he went
Teutonica?
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So no,
resume
so
hat
this one
holding.
is actually the first game that I would say there's actually a little bit of embarrassment here because
Oh.
basically, guys, picture chess.
Still waiting.
You've
Didn't
got to
find anything on the
stop with the wash. So picture a chessboard,
Uh-huh.
okay, and then a second chessboard, but it's here,
2-layer chess.
and you're playing 2 games at
multi-dimensional
once.
chess.
No,
Star Trek.
but kind of.
Okay.
So this game is called Chopper Strike. I've actually talked about this
Oh,
game
I'm aware of
before.
Chopper Strike,
I've actually talked
sure.
about this game before. My dad randomly found this game at like a flea market, and he just
Okay.
got it for me. And he was like, "Here, find this looks cool." And I was like, "Thanks, Dad, supporting my hobby." So yeah, literally what this game is you have a chess type board. And you have like tanks,
Uh-huh.
and then above it, like with like pillars holding it up, is a second chessboard with helicopters. And so you roll 2 dice on your turn. This is the worst part of the game. If they remade this game, they should make it a little bit more strategic, you know. But you roll 2 dice. There's like a D6 and a D8 or something, so you know the difference. And one says how many pieces you can move,
Okay.
and one says how many spaces you can move them.
Okay.
And so then you just make your choice. You can split between helicopters and tanks, blah blah blah. And so the tanks and the helicopters are like chess on their own. If a helicopter jumps a helicopter, or well, I guess it's more like checkers in that way, or a tank jumps a tank, they die. But then also, if a tank or helicopter end directly above or under each other, they kill the other one. So if I move my tank under a helicopter, it does anti-air and destroys it. So you're playing 2 games of chess normally, but then they also can destroy each other.
Okay.
And it's freaking awesome. Like, I should not like this game as much as I do.
Okay.
But I don't even like chess. But
Do you like checkers?
Do you like
'Cause
checkers?
this sounds more like
checkers.
honestly, I probably like chess more than checkers, just because chess is the more thinky of the two, right?
Sure.
I
mean, you don't have
usually-
to put on airs for us.
Sure,
You can
sure.
like checkers better.
No, I'm just saying, whatever. King me.
Ooh.
But
Kingmaker.
yeah, but that's the whole game, guys. Just tanks and helicopters on this awesome, like, held up to like 3D
Okay.
thing. And it's just sitting on my shelf, and I haven't played it in a long time because actually, sadly, it's a very old game. You know,
Okay.
this is like super old Milton Bradley.
Super old, like
So-
80s.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is like super old before I was born, which actually would be the 80s. But hey,
Yeah.
yeah, it was I would honestly guess like late 70s if I had to guess.
I don't think it's that old.
Late 70s.
Yeah, but that's pretty old. Is what I'm saying, right? No, but this is like super old box design, like the old Milton
Okay.
Bradley
Yeah,
looking.
no,
and
I think it's an
Monopoly
80s.
and,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure Chopper Strike is the late
Okay.
80s, early 90s.
I know it has been made multiple times too, though. But,
Okay.
I just wish they make it again. I like this game so much. I submitted this on Restoration Games website.
there you go.
Okay,
I was
for
gonna say,
suggestions.
call your shot,
Yeah,
Dan.
no.
Yeah,
Call your
I
shot.
submitted this. I wrote a paragraph saying like
Nice.
here, like
And
guys,
Dan
this is
doesn't do
why.
paragraphs.
No, yeah. What is paragraph?
I wrote a whole paragraph.
But yeah, no, I was explaining like, you know, if you guys haven't played this game, here's what it is, and like, yes, the dice system would probably need redone, and you know, but I trust you guys. You guys are awesome. Like, I would love to see this game remade in a modern.
So not only
version.
did you write a paragraph, but you like kissed their butts.
To try to get
in
them to
their
do it.
No, but
boots
I mean,
to
they're
try to-
awesome.
Like, please, you guys are so amazing.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
It reminds me of a game I saw once. It was like almost like a battleship type, but it was submarines, and there were different levels, so you could have different like depths to put your sub at and stuff. It was super cool. You had one person on either
What?
side. Yeah,
What?
and it was super neat.
What?
So not only you're calling out like a hex grid, but you're also calling out
Let's-
depth. Yeah.
Stop the show. Let's go
Yeah.
find this game.
There's a board game guy here in town who like he's got like hundreds of copies of Monopoly.
Oh,
and
that
I was-
dude.
Yeah, that guy. And like I was there, and I was just kind of talking to him one time, and he showed me this game that he was looking for such a long time. 'cause
I
it was an
wonder
older
if
game.
I wonder if it's called Substrike or Submarine Strike.
Did he not?
Maybe.
Because was he
I
not
don't-
selling
it
that
was-
one?
I don't think he was because he had just gotten it. And he was trying to put
Oh.
it together to see if he had all the pieces and stuff. And I was talking about it, and it
Yeah.
looked super interesting. But
Because
yeah,
I was going
it
to say,
a
I have
while back.
another one in the same line that my dad wound up finding called Carrier Strike, but I haven't played
Okay.
it yet because that one's way heavier, and I just haven't found someone to learn it with me.
Right.
But yeah, you're moving aircraft carriers around, and then you have miniature airplanes on the aircraft carriers that you send out, and then they move along, and they can
Nice.
bomb each other's aircraft carriers and stuff.
I've only knew somebody who liked war games.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, like I said, I don't know how good what this one is, but
Okay.
I love Chopper Strike so much that I
We have
want to
played
try
our
out.
share of bad games.
Yeah, for real.
Okay,
Chopper Strike.
Yeah.
so I'm going to take a page out of Bob's book.
This
Uh-oh.
has got to
And-
be. Hey,
and this
and
is-
that's also
this
Dan's
is
book.
Dan's book.
This has got to be it.
Wait.
So how do you guys feel
Carrying
about
a page out of my book.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Love it.
Right?
So this has got to be what I'm thinking of, right?
Level up,
Yep.
right?
I like
Okay, so
that.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Munchkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a real level. It's not. You're like, you level up. Oh, but my die went up a notch. Okay, that's not leveling
Yeah, but
up.
that's your power too, isn't
But you
it?
don't. Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
You
but
level
you don't
up.
really get abilities. Or
Right. Yeah,
anything.
but you get abilities from your cards. You get the boots of like fast walking.
We
You
all knew, including everyone watching,
Yeah.
that Tim was going to talk about Munchkin.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I have not played it just because how many people hate this game.
Listen, it's not as bad as people say. Now, don't play
worse.
it. Don't play it. Don't play it for like 10 hours straight. Don't even play it for like 1 hour straight. But like play
Play
it.
it for like 2 minutes. Like, oh, look at all the cards. Okay, let's put it away.
No,
Set it
no,
up,
no,
break
no.
the rules, put it away.
Listen, play Munchkin. Try it out.
Some of the cards are funny.
Play it with people that aren't going to get bent out of shape because
Yeah.
it is a take that.
It is a
screw
take
your
that,
neighbor game.
backstabby, whatever you can get away with.
And actually, I recommend the Marvel Munchkin.
Okay.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
There's a variation to it. I don't mind the old school regular Munchkin because I think
Right.
all the D&D jokes are
Sure.
hilarious.
That's why, yeah.
I enjoy all of those jokes.
That's the best part about that game.
It is. It is.
the
The
funny-
goofy monsters, right? You know, and the
Yeah.
different things that can happen.
Yeah.
We will play Munchkin sometime just so you can experience it.
You can play Munchkin.
But you need to play it with like 3 or 4 people so it's not
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
you know, maybe 5 people, but not more than that because then it'll take too long. But Munchkin's a ton of fun.
Okay.
In small doses.
I'll play it. My
Small
problem is I tend
doses.
to.
But you are rightfully embarrassed to have that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was probably
Oh, yeah.
the most correct one
That's right.
out of all of us.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. No, it gets a lot of hate and it's deserved, but I also think that there's a reason why there's a ton of stuff for Munchkin
of
because
course,
it
has a following.
It has a following.
Like the same people.
I won't play Flux. I mean Flux, right?
Oh,
Flux
I
could be on
actually
the
love
list.
Flux.
Flux.
I thought
I've never
about.
played
I
Flux.
thought about putting it on the list.
Flux should have been on your list.
Yeah, I thought about
But
it.
Flux-
It probably would have been 6.
Flux is fun, but like, don't play it for 2 hours straight, right?
Right.
Like,
I guess I have played it for a long time straight though, but a long time for a 5-minute game
Right.
could be 20 minutes. Like that's a long
right,
time.
and
so-
like Munchkin, there's themed versions of Flux.
well, that's I've
can
only ever
cater
played
to-
Star Flux.
So I've got like, no, I don't have. I played the Monty Python: The Quest for the Holy Grail Flux.
Okay.
It's
So you
fun
understand Flux
because it's Python.
You said you haven't played it. You
No, I haven't
understand
played it. I mean, I understand that there's a bunch of versions and renditions.
Okay,
and-
the whole
The rules constantly change.
the rules are in flux,
In flux.
right? And so you
Ah.
play cards from your hand that are changing the rules to make it to where the cards you have in your hand let you win. Like if I have, like in the Star Flux one, right? I might have some of the crew of like Star Trek in my hand, and I wind up drawing a rule card that says if you have the captain and the engineer along with the they wouldn't say Enterprise, but they'll say spaceship in your hand, you win. So I might hold on to that, seeing if I can draw the spaceship, and then I'll try to play that on my turn. So on my next turn, I can be
Oh,
like,
look,
I
I
have all
win.
3
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're constantly changing the rules to make you be the one that wins.
and there's some take that to it. So you're going to give me a hard time about
No.
Munchkin.
Yeah, there is a
and
bit of take
Flux
that.
is kind of like Munchkin.
But
in
take that
way.
in the way that I don't mind it as much in this game as I usually do because the take that, and I haven't played a lot of take that games because I don't like it, but the take that is not targeted. You know what I'm saying? You are hurting everyone at the same time.
Sure.
Instead of
sure.
saying, I'm going to hurt Bob, I'm going to say,
Yes.
I'm going to do this.
that changes
That
it for
hurts
everybody.
everyone
Yeah,
because I've
sure.
now
That's
changed the
true.
rules. Like
That's
I might
true.
make everyone discard down to 1 card, which doesn't hurt me because I knew I was doing that. But everyone else is like, oh,
Right,
you know.
right.
So yeah, but yeah, no, that's a good point. And I was gonna say your defense for Munchkin would be the exact same defense I might have for something like Talisman. You know,
Right.
that gets a lot of hate, but I'm like, I don't understand it. I think Talisman
Yeah.
is a great game system.
I mean, I understand the hate for Munchkin, but I
Sure.
think that people actually should give it a shot.
sure.
Just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
So what do you think I was going to have on my list?
Campaign manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
I'm
just
not embarrassed to like that game. That game is amazing.
I know, but like, who wants to play a game
No, do
about
your voice
politics in
again.
2008? Yeah, we're gonna do a little politics in 2008. See?
It's a little
Picture
different
this.
now.
A little different that time.
2008.
Yeah.
John McCain, Barack Obama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
It
will
seems like a very
win?
odd like
Yeah, no,
theme
it's
for a game.
right.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. I'm more embarrassed about Sparkle Kitty, Rhino Hero.
I'm
Happy
embarrassed
Salmon.
to like smartphone because I
Your
can't
list
win.
is appropriately embarrassing.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I knew his would be.
Yeah.
I own all of these games,
Uh-huh.
and I will play any of these games, and probably actually specifically Dan, because you've played almost all of these, if not with me, on
Right.
your own. Actually, I think we have played all of them together.
Probably.
But yeah, so I just need to make Dan play the other 4. So,
All 4 of yours and all 5 of his.
yeah.
Yep.
And Bob's are like, oh, do you I'm really embarrassed that I like this super crunchy Euro with a dry theme.
So imagine like a
Every Euro ever.
So every game on Jason Smith's list from Board Game Mechanics,
Yeah.
he
should
by
be embarrassed
your
about?
by
Is that
your
what you're saying?
definition. So now Bob will be dead to Jason.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
okay, if you're saying like, oh, you guys want to play this game about these Vikings and we invade all these areas, like it sounds exciting. That
I'd be
sounds
like, yes,
good.
and then you're like James and Midgard. I'd be like, oh, what did I do?
Nice.
In all fairness, that was a big difference in the voice, though. If you had gone, oh, you want to play like this game with the Vikings? But then you go like, okay, guys, picture this, 1800s. That's
New York
That's
politics.
a totally different thing.
You've got gang wars,
Corruption.
race riots, corruption.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what you've just admitted is you have no idea how to sell a game to people.
Pretty much. Not great at marketing. It's like I'll like a game a lot and I'll be trying to explain it to somebody, but I'm doing such a terrible job at it. They're like, I never want to play a game like that. And I was like, damn it.
What have I done?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, guys. Well, this has been a fun top 5,
Yeah,
at
interesting.
least, right?
Yeah.
If
Entertaining.
it's at least as entertaining and fun as Happy Salmon.
I know that my
Yeah.
list kind of turned into games that I like that I don't feel like other people do, which is a totally different list, but that's just...
That's pretty much what it was. I mean,
I'd
yeah.
say that
maybe not much
that's-
embarrassment, just like other people hate this game. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's good. I think you did
Or
fine.
I like this game, I'm mad at myself.
I
Yeah,
just-
I hate
That was-
myself for
That
liking
was one
this.
of them.
I just wanted to give Bob a hard time because he picked some games that are very well
Like,
loved.
yeah, well received normally,
Yes.
but just the themes are very
They're
Sure,
dry.
which again,
Dry.
a game being well received can still
Yeah.
mean Bob personally is embarrassed to
Well,
like
when
it,
we get
so.
closer to the release of Dune, we can do games drier than Arrakis.
Aw. Sure. As long as there's some spice to bring it to
That's
life.
right. There's just a little bit of spice
That's
because
right.
the spice must flow.
It must.
Don't forget to check out the Board Game Mechanics. It's a pretty okay podcast. Jason and Katie. I'm not dead to you. How you doing?
Hey, I was on their most recent episode. By
Yep.
the time this comes out, it will still be the most recent episode. Had a really good time. Hopefully, I just kind of maintained that pretty okay.
You like purposely threw me under the bus in that episode by saying that you were surprised to like a game that I had just talked about how much I didn't like. I feel like that was on purpose. That's all I'm saying.
Probably.
I also talked about how I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. No,
Just what I
Dinosaur
just did
Island.
there. Oh yeah, no, I didn't know that I was gonna like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it,
Mhm.
and then I played it, and I really liked it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. I'm just
pleasantly
saying-
surprised.
Suspicious.
I didn't know you when I first played Dinosaur Island.
No, I.
So
Whatever.
man.
Conversation's boring anyway. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, and also this white exclamation point right here
I
will
never
still
knew what
be
that did.
will still be lit up for all the links that we will be linking to our other videos. If you just want to go straight to some other videos like the Deck of Wonders thing and stuff like that. But then also don't forget. That's all I had. We will have links in the description below to the Game Talk Network. Check them out. They're kind of our parent company. They're supporting us and they're awesome. And they
are.
also do a lot more than just board games on there too.
Yeah.
And
Lots
guys,
of other hobbies.
we are gonna do some giveaways when we get them subscription
Yeah.
levels up.
So, like, share, get the name out
share,
there.
get show your friends, especially the ones that you don't like.
Yeah.
Push us onto them,
Mhm.
ruin their day, make them
Yeah.
watch us.
So you're just as bad at marketing as Bob.
Trying to be.
Just
Yeah.
so you know.
Gotta have goals, man.
Yeah.
Gotta have goals.
That's right. Not first or last.
So for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Dan.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Okay, guys, so there's this international politics going on, but the family that controls Dune controls the spice, and the spice must flow. But the thing is that they're going to kill whoever controls Dune because they want to have control. And there's the what?
Sandworms. I've never read or seen it.
Wah, wah.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.